Hi guys, I hope you are all doing well. Let's see today's question. So today's question we are taking this up from the topic of limits. And if I talk about the question which is given to us here from this topic, the question tells us let beta is equal to limit x tends to 0 and the function that is given to us is alpha x minus e raised to 3x minus 1 divided by alpha x into e raised to 3x minus 1. So that's the entire value for beta given to us, and that says that it is valid for some alpha which belongs to real numbers. And the question asks us to find out the value of alpha plus beta. So if I have to find the value of alpha plus beta here, and if I talk about the answer choices also that are given to us, that says first one is 14 over 5. The second answer choice, it says 3 over 2. Third, it says 5 over 2. And the last answer choice given to us, it is 7 over 2. So we need to figure out which one of the answer choices is the correct answer for the question given to us. Before starting off with the solution, I would first like to tell you that please do subscribe to my channel also, because it takes lot of efforts to make these videos for you on everyday basis. So let's start off with the solution. Now it's told to me here that says beta is equal to limit x tends to 0 and the function that was given to us is alpha x minus e raised to 3x minus 1 divided by alpha x into e raised to 3x minus 1. So we have been given this entire thing. Now we know one idea for limits where you have exponential functions that limit x tends to 0, e raised to ax minus 1 divided by ax, it is equal to 1. So whatever is the power of exponential function, that same thing should be present in the denominator. So if I have this e raised to 3x minus 1 here, which I can apply the separate limit to, I need this with the denominator of 3x so that the entire value of that limit becomes 1. So what I will do is I will multiply and divide by 3x. So if I'm multiplying with 3x, I'm also dividing it with 3x. That basically makes the value of beta as limit x tends to 0, alpha x minus e raised to 3x minus 1 divided by, this becomes 3 alpha and x into x becomes x square. So 3 alpha x square into e raised to 3x minus 1 divided by 3x. Now if I just apply the limit for that function first, if I see limit x tends to 0, alpha x minus e raised to 3x minus 1 divided by 3 alpha x square into 1 over, I'm just applying the separate limit to this function. So basically that part of the entire function, this becomes 1. So if I see this entire thing, it's equal to 1. So you get this entire thing 1 and then this part of the function gets eliminated. Now you just have beta as limit x tends to 0. Here you have 3 alpha x square and in the numerator you have alpha x minus e raised to 3x minus 1. Now if I put the limit x as 0 here, so if I put the value and plug in x as 0 everywhere, it becomes 0 minus this becomes e raised to 0, which is 1. So anything raised to 0 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So that basically makes your numerator 0. Denominator, it becomes 3 alpha and 0 square, which is 0. So once you have 0 by 0 indeterminate form, we know we can use L'Hopital's rule to solve the question further. So if I use L'Hopital's rule, beta becomes limit x tends to 0. Numerator, you can just take the derivative of that. So if I get the derivative, it basically makes it alpha because derivative of x is 1. E raised to 3x makes it 3 e raised to 3x. And the derivative of 1 is again 0. So you have that becoming 0. So it basically makes the bracket as 3 e raised to 3x divided by the denominator, which is 3 alpha already, and the derivative of x square basically makes it 2x. So that makes your value of beta alpha minus 3 e raised to 3x, and this basically becomes 6 alpha x. Now, I have been told that this limit exists, right? because we have been told to find the value of alpha plus beta, where beta is the value of this entire limit. So when I have to find the value and I know it exists, if I again plug in the value of x as 0, the denominator becomes 0. Your denominator, when it becomes 0, numerator, if I see it, becomes alpha minus this becomes e raised to 0, which is 1, so it becomes 3. So now I know if the limit exists, and if I want to apply the L'Hopital's rule again, I should get an indeterminate form here that is basically a 0 by 0 form. So to have 0 by 0 form, my numerator also should turn out to become 0. And when does my numerator turn out 0? When the value of alpha will become 3, because 3 minus 3 will make it 0. So if I just equate that my numerator should become 0, I get the value of alpha as 3. So basically my limit exists when alpha is equal to 3, and from there we already get the value of alpha. Now once I have the value of alpha, beta becomes limit x tends to 0. This, if you see, it becomes 3 minus 3 e raised to 3x divided by 6 alpha x. That is 6 into 3 into x. So that gives you limit x tends to 0, 3 common, 1 minus e raised to 3x divided by 6 common, and you have 3x. Now if I again plug in x as 0 everywhere, it makes it 0 and 0, so it basically becomes an indeterminate form, which is 0 by 0. And when it does become indeterminate, what I can do is again apply the L'Hopital's rule. So if I apply the L'Hopital's rule again, I get beta as limit x tends to 0. This becomes derivative of 1, which is 0, minus e raised to 3x, that again becomes minus 3 e raised to 3x, divided by this is 6x, which is basically 6 here. Now if I further solve this applying the limits, that makes it minus 3 divided by 6, and this becomes 1. So basically becomes minus 3 over 6, which is minus half. So from here, I get this as minus half. Now I have both the values with me, where alpha I get it as 3 and beta I get it as minus half. So once I get both of the ideas, I can just add both of them. So alpha plus beta makes it 3 minus half, and which basically becomes 6 minus 1, which is 5 divided by 2. So we get the value of alpha plus beta, that is 5 divided by 2. And if you see the answer choice that matches here with the question, it is option C. So C becomes the correct answer for the question that is given to us. I hope you have understood how to solve this type of questions with limits. So first we figured out that e raised to ax minus 1 divided by ax, where the limit extends to 0, is equal to 1. So we adjusted that by manipulation first. That made it entire thing as 1. And then we applied L'Hopital's rule 2 times to get alpha as 3 and beta becoming minus half. That gave me the sum of the two as 5 by 2, which basically matches with option C. So C becomes the correct answer here for the question that was given to us. I hope you have understood how to solve this type of questions. I'll see you again tomorrow with some other question from some other topic, and we are going to continue our series of questions on JEE mains. So stay tuned for more videos to roll out. Also, if you're enjoying these videos that we are doing every day, please do like the videos as well, and do subscribe to my channel, and share these videos with your friends also who are involved in this preparation of questions on JEE, so they can also take the benefit from these questions which we are solving on everyday basis. Thank you.